Trump just told Iran a whole civilization will die tonight. Here's what's actually happening behind the scenes. As an 8 p.m. deadline set by President Trump approaches, the situation between the U.S. and Iran has reached what might be its most tense moment yet. And depending on who you ask, a deal is either hours away or completely off the table. Let's start with the threat itself. Trump has warned that if Iran doesn't reopen the Strait of Hormuz and come to the negotiating table, the U.S. will target Iranian power plants and bridges. He described the potential strikes as something the world has never seen before. His words, not a paraphrase, were that a whole civilization will die.
A lot of Iranians are very concerned that what might happen tonight after this deadline is over, praying that there will be some kind of a deal beforehand. There are signs that things might be moving in that direction. There are Iranian ambassador in Islamabad has been tweeting positively, saying that these talks are at a critical and sensitive stage, as he puts it.
Iran's response, delivered through a post from President Pezeshkian, was that over 14 million Iranians have registered to sacrifice their lives in defense of the country. He added that he himself is prepared to do the same, so neither side is exactly blinking. Now here's where it gets complicated. Trump has simultaneously been saying that Iran is begging for a deal and that one could be agreed upon very soon. Iran flatly denies this, with a senior Iranian source telling Reuters there are no active negotiations, and that the U.S. is simply trying to force a surrender under pressure. Two completely different realities stated at the same time by two governments. Welcome to modern diplomacy. Behind the scenes, Pakistan appears to be the main channel of mediation right now, with Egypt, Turkey, and Oman also playing supporting roles. J.D. Vance has reportedly been involved in indirect talks, though his decision to spend the day at a press conference in Hungary alongside Viktor Orban wasn't exactly the image of someone laser-focused on preventing a regional catastrophe. Pakistani officials were reportedly up through the night trying to broker a 45-day ceasefire as a starting point, with a path toward a permanent end to the war. Iran rejected it. Their reasoning, they agreed to a ceasefire last year, and it led directly to another round of strikes. Iran also has concerns about who's doing the negotiating on the American side. Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are seen in Tehran as too closely aligned with Israel, a view shaped by the fact that previous rounds of diplomacy involving both men ended with U.S.-backed Israeli strikes. Iran had requested J.D. Vance lead the talks instead. Meanwhile, the human situation inside Iran continues to deteriorate. Residents near the Bushehr nuclear power plant, the country's only one built by Russia, have been rushing pharmacies to buy iodine tablets. Russia quietly pulled 200 of its own technicians from the facility after it was struck 4 times in 5 weeks. Russian officials described the situation around the plant as, in their words, aligned with the worst-case scenario.